Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're getting hands-on, well, sort of. We're looking at Kesser and Steen's latest experiment.
Ah, yes, for their Nature and Innovation class. Fascinating stuff.
Exactly. They started off thinking about enzymes, pumpkin seeds, that kind of thing.
Right, but then inspiration struck elsewhere.
Yeah. Tante Grin's apples happened.
Oh,
So now they're on a mission to make a yeast starter culture.
specifically for apple cider, I believe.
Yes, precisely. They want to end up making vinegar for Tante Grin. So this starter, it's step one.
And it's such a foundational step. This starter culture, it's everything for getting fermentation going correctly.
So this deep dive, it's not really a recipe people should follow step by step.
Not exactly, no. It's more about exploring the principles Kesser and Steen are using, so you can discover things for yourself.
Okay, great. So let's unpack this. Where do Kesser and Steen begin? What's the absolute first principle?
Well, it sounds basic, but it's just good kitchen hygiene.
Hygiene, okay. Like super sterile lab conditions or more like
More like, what your grandmother taught you. Washing hands, clean surfaces, that sort of thing. It's about control.
control, not total elimination?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to knock back the bad stuff, unwanted molds, bacteria, but not create like a totally dead zone. You need your chosen yeast to thrive.
Right, give the good guys a fighting chance. So clean space established. Then the apples. They're being pretty picky.
Oh, definitely. They're looking for a delicious-looking apple. But it's more than just looks.
What's inside counts, huh?
Absolutely. They check the core carefully, looking for any not-so-delicious things, as they put it.
Like what specifically?
Well, dark kernels are a good sign, means the apple's mature. A nice, clean, well-defined core. And of course, good smell, good taste, it's all data.
Data for fermentation potential?
Pretty much. It tells them about sugar levels, ripeness, health of the fruit, all crucial for the yeast later on.
Okay, so they've got their perfect apple. Then what? Cut it up, boil it.
Right. Cut into pieces. They boil it with a little salt, interestingly enough.
Salt? Huh. Why add salt to the apple base?
Yeah, it's a curious step. Could be
Yeah.
a couple of things. Maybe helps pull stuff out of the apples like pectin. Or perhaps it's an old trick, to slightly inhibit other microbes.
Or maybe flavor?
Or flavor. Exactly. It's one of those details they might need to research a bit more. But the boiling itself is key. That's a sterilization step.
Kills off competing wild yeasts and bacteria.
Precisely. Gives their chosen yeast a clean field to work in once it cools down, which needs to be room temperature, by the way. Very important.
Got it. Cool down completely. Then comes the yeast. But it's not instant action, is it? There's this egg phase.
Ah, the eld phase, yes. It's that initial period after you add the yeast, and it's vital.
So the yeast isn't just jumping right in and fermenting.
Nope. Think of it like waking up and getting ready for work. The yeast cells need time to adjust.
Adjust to the apple mixture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're rehydrating, maybe repairing themselves a bit from being dormant, and crucially, they're building the internal machinery enzymes and things needed for the specific sugars in the apple juice.
Okay, so they're gearing up, and this yeast they're adding, it's not just any yeast.
No, it's an industrial yeast, usually a specific strain of Saccharomyces cerevisiae selected for winemaking or cider.
So found in nature originally, but then grown specifically for this, not GMO or anything.
Correct. Found in nature, then selected and propagated in labs and factories for specific traits: reliability, flavor profile, alcohol tolerance.
So choosing that specific yeast is part of the process too, part of the investigation.
Absolutely. Understanding where your yeast comes from, what it's good at, that's key. Kesser and Steen are learning that too. It's all part of figuring out your fermentation.
So bringing it all together, what have we learned from Kesser and Steen's starter project so far?
Well, it really highlights a few core things, doesn't it?
Yeah, like the absolute necessity of hygiene, for one. Careful hygiene.
Right. And then that meticulous selection of the raw materials, getting that perfect apple, isn't just for show.
And then understanding the yeast itself, knowing it's a specific type and giving it that crucial L phase time.
Exactly. It's about setting the stage perfectly for the main event. These aren't just steps, they're active choices, guiding a biological process.
So a final thought for our listeners thinking about this.
Maybe consider how these small steps, choosing that apple, using this specific yeast, waiting during the egg phase, are actually little lessons. They're windows into biology, chemistry, even patience.
Patience is a big one in fermentation.
It really is. So if you find yourself wondering about something, like why the salt or what exactly the yeast is doing, note it down. Maybe do what Kesser and Steen might do. Hit the library, look it up, explore those questions. That's where the real learning happens.